Hi everybody, welcome back to our kitchen. I have my assistant Victor here today with me. He's going to help with making the frosting demonstration. So first thing we're going to do is make sure that we check everything so that we have all the ingredients and that we have everything. Again, remember that's called mise en place. So here's our first part. We're going to check our recipe over, make sure we have all of the stuff that we need. Do we have all of the ingredients? Do we need to substitute anything? Do we need to do anything different? This is demonstrating nutrition and wellness that enhances individuals and family beings. No. Okay. So I've got, my recipe says 1 cup of Crisco, 1 stick of butter, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 teaspoon of cream of tartar, 1 pound, check the bag of confectioner's sugar. A couple of things. Number one, if you don't have any Crisco shortening at your house, then feel free to just substitute with more butter. We're actually going to just make with 2 sticks of butter because we don't have enough Crisco to make 1 cup of Crisco. We also want to make sure that if we don't have any cream of tartar, it's this little container, that's okay. You can just substitute with nothing. Just leave it with no cream of tartar. It just adds fluffiness to the mix of the frosting, so it's not a big deal if you have it, okay? The other thing that we want to make sure of is that you've got to set up your mixer. If you don't have a hand mixer, then use a whisk. You got to use your arm muscle then if you don't have this. Or if you have a stand mixer, you can use that. Couple of safety things with the mixer. Please don't plug it in until you're ready to use it. You're going to take the beaters and you're going to insert them into the correct side of the mixer like this. And then you're going to use this to beat and mix your frosting. It's a lot easier to use an electric mixer as opposed to your hand, but you can make it with your hand if you need to. Okay, is it plugged in?
No.
Okay, so you want to plug it in for me? My assistant's plugging it into our outlet. And we're ready to move on to the next step. So we're going to cream in our bowl the Crisco if we're using it, butter and salt on low for 5 minutes. I've got to add in. Awesome. Got to add in 1/4 teaspoon of salt.
I will do it.
Okay, hold on. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Nope, right here. This one. Dump it in. Good job. Then we got too much.
Another one?
Nope, that's it for right now. And then we're going to take our mixer. And we're going to mix or cream this butter. We want it to be really fluffy and that we want it to be super light and airy. So we're going to do this for 5 minutes. I took my spatula and I slid all the way around to make all of the butter go into the center. No, please and thank you. Okay, so then I did all of my butter down towards the center and I'm ready to move on to the next phase. So now I'm going to mix the following ingredients, and it's very important that you do this in this order and not try to change it. So I've got next is my vanilla.
That's for no. Vanilla.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, technical difficulties. So I need a teaspoon of vanilla. And I'm going to mix this in. Yep. Once I have it measured, you can put it in. We're going to pour that in. Good job.
I will do it.
Thank you.
All done.
Okay. All done. And then we're going to mix this in. Just quick.
Are you done yet?
Nope. Now I'm adding in the cream of tartar, which is the next part. So now I'm going to put in the cream of tartar.
And what is it going to make?
This creates that nice fluffy texture for the frosting. And again, remember, if you don't have this at home, not a big deal. If you want to add it to your grocery list and your family feels safe going to the grocery store, then go right ahead. If not, then you can just omit this. And it just won't be as fluffy as somebody else. Nope. We're going to use the other mixer. Thank you.
Huh? Other mixer?
Yep, you can help me with that, the yellow one.
No, I will not.
Okay. All right, so now we're going to mix this.
Done yet?
Not yet.
Delicious.
Yeah, I bet that tasted good.
Hey, can I try?
All right, so next part.
Mommy.
Shh, hold on. Is the confectioner sugar. And what you're going to do for the confectioner sugar, if you don't have any confectioner sugar at your house, you can take plain white sugar, put it into your blender or food processor, and just process it for a while, and it's going to become a powdered sugar. So this is about a pound, which is how much I've got to add in. I'm going to do a little bit at a time because it's going to create a lot of dust when I mix this in. So I've only put a little bit in. And I've got to add this in slowly. Right now I'm making a mess. And you're going to go until this is incorporated. And then you'll add a little bit more in until you've got your whole 1 pound bag or half of a 2 pound bag, whatever your bag is. You can see as I'm mixing, now it's starting to come together.
Mommy,
so now I'm going to add in more powdered sugar.
Mommy, are you going to make... Mommy, I think I need to eat it.
Not yet.
I just really want to eat it so I can taste... Oh, more.
Put it in for me.
More.
This is a messy business. Making frosting is messy. Be prepared to clean up. Unless you have a stand mixer, then it's not as messy. All right, keep mixing this until I've got the right consistency. All right, so what I've done is I've got all of my powdered sugar incorporated. I'm just going to keep whipping this so that it gets nice and fluffy. All right, so now we've got our frosting that I've whipped really well. I've made sure to get up to the highest setting on the mixer so that it will be nice and fluffy, which is what we're looking for. We want it to be, nope, hold on, please. We want it to be nice and fluffy. You can, because this recipe works really well by itself. You do not have to add any milk to this. Some people like to add milk to like thin it out a little bit to make it easier to work with. I don't prefer to do that myself.
Mommy,
because then I feel like I need to have it in. Shh, hold on. Then I feel like we need to have it in the refrigerator in order to keep it safe to eat. But I like to just have this frosting like this, and then this is ready for the final part, which is dun, da, da, putting it in a piping bag and creating your finished product, whatever you decide for Cupcake Wars. You can remove the beaters and enjoy licking a little bit of frosting with somebody in your household. Please make sure that you are done using them before you let the person lick them. But you do have a little bit of tasting that you can do on the frosting, and it does taste very sweet. So it's nice to counterbalance it with the cupcakes that you're going to make. And then you've got this beautiful frosting to use. So thanks for joining us. Thank you for attempting to make frosting on your own. Let me know how it comes out. Remember to add it to your Flipgrid or post your pictures on your cupcakes. Thank you.